Yeah, I'm sure it was. A month, right? Damn. Yeah, I keep tabs on you, man. Oh. Sorry.
Hey, Deandre. He's one of the few people that I know that can go to Paris for 30 days and stay.
Must be that raise.
Must be. Matt.
This hasn't started yet.
Hey, Magic and LeBron, those are the other two that I know of that can go and stay gone for 30 days. Okay. You've always been one to be up tempo and upbeat about everything, and I would imagine that same feeling is even 10 times now that you're here with this organization. Is that be a correct assumption?
Yeah, it's exciting to be back in LA. Just a couple miles down the road. But this organization and this group of guys is great. We got a great mature group, guys that are, know how to play the game, cerebral thinkers, high basketball IQ guys, and I'm just excited to be on a team that's put so well together and so versatile.
And also not only great players, but good friends as well.
Right, yeah.
Hello, Deandre Jordan.
We have any other questions? Anybody?
That was a statement. That wasn't even a question. Some years
Hello,
ago.
hello, BT.
How are you? Nice hair.
Same to you.
I mean, some years ago, you actually talked with the Lakers when you were a free agent. What made this the right time?
I think now is a situation where when you get older in your career, you start to think about things differently. And obviously you want to be able to compete for a championship and compete for something that's bigger than yourself. And with a roster that's put together like this, it was hard to pass up on, especially being able to come back to LA in a place where I consider my second home. And I was here 10 years, my first 10 years of my career. And, a lot of great things have happened for me here. And just to be able to come back is going to be great, especially on a team like this with a group of guys like this.
Hi, Deandre. Dan Wicke with the Los Angeles Times.
Hello, Dan. I've heard of you.
You've seen it in your career, groups of stars kind of come together and try to make it work. What are the keys to figuring that out? This team, obviously, with three tip-top guys and Russ, AD, and LeBron. Like, what does it take to have that work and not have it be sort of one of those cautionary tales of too much talent?
I think it's just about sacrifice, about giving up yourself for something that's greater. And I think that everybody on this team has done that before at some point in their career. And they're willing to do it now, too. We hear a lot of we're old and all of that stuff, which is that's fine, but our roster's so deep that and you want to have a deep roster. You want to have guys like this on your team who are able to be able to be in those pressure situations and compete and be able to produce. And we have guys like that. And the season is so many ups and downs, so many bumps. It's a roller coaster. There's injuries and obviously with the pandemic, there's sometimes where some unfortunate things may happen. So our depth is going to be huge for us, and I'm really excited for it.
Hey, Deandre, Kyle Goon from Southern California News Group. You're sort of an expert in superstar chemistry from the teams you've been on in your career. I'm just wondering, with LeBron and Russ and AD, from sort of the preseason stuff to the mini camp you guys just had in Vegas, what have you seen in their connectivity that gives you signs that this could work out this year?
Well, we have a lot of great leaders on this team. A lot of guys who can do different things on both sides of the basketball. And LeBron is obviously an amazing basketball player on both ends of the basketball floor. He sees so many things that as his teammate you don't even think he sees. Like the other day in Vegas, he threw me a couple insane passes where I was just trying to get into his vision, but he knew where I was the entire time, even with his back turned. And with a guy like that who is able to lead the league in scoring, he's so unselfish. And same goes with Russ. His athleticism on both ends of the floor and how tenacious he is driving to the basket. It opens the floor up for, him to get layups, for other guards to get jump shots, for us to catch lobs and just put pressure on defenses. And the same with AD. He can score on all three levels of the I'm sorry, somebody's screaming. He can score on all three levels of the basketball floor, and he's a great defender. So with those three guys at the helm, I think that as a I think as the complementary players, we're gonna, we'll do our jobs and we'll be fine.
What were your biggest takeaways from your guys' time together in Vegas? And did you guys talk a lot of X's and O's and how you guys are going to make this work? Or was it more just like hanging out together, building chemistry, enjoying each other?
I think it was a little bit of everything. We obviously have had time in here this summer to be able to work with each other, but not in a big group like that. We talked the game of basketball a ton, and we were able to incorporate some things on the floor that we were probably going to do in training camp anyway. And with a group like this, we have the talent, we have the IQ, the camaraderie, but we wanted to be able to, get a head start on what other teams have over us at the moment, and that's just time together. So the couple days that we had in Vegas was really good, and it kind of gave us a little head start so we don't have to go over certain things once official practice starts.
Hey, Deandre, just wondered in your years of playing against Anthony Davis, what you thought when he was at the 5 versus at the 4, and what you would potentially either switch off or he would help on D, and what that's like for an opponent going against him.
I think at the 4 or the 5, AD is still a hell of a basketball player. I think you can put him at any position on the floor and he's going to still be Anthony Davis, Obviously at the 5, he spaces the floor a little bit more, and it's a little tougher for traditional 5s to be able to guard him. But also at the 4, he's able to make plays and put pressure on defenses. And with Dwight and I back there, we're able to help flatten the defense to where, if the 5 does help, he's able to make, because he's a great passer. So he's able to make that little push shot, lob pass, and things over the top or underneath, just to make the defenses play a little bit more honest. So, and then his ability to be able to switch a lot of the pick and rolls is going to be huge for us.
Hey, DeAndre, Bill Oram with The Athletic. You're just talking about it. It's been a theme today, AD at the 5, but also the idea of getting back to the 2 big model that worked a couple of years ago. With all those kind of factors in place, what is your sense of how much opportunity there is for the traditional bigs, you and Dwight, with the way this roster is built and the way you guys are going to play?
I think, first of all, I think that the game or the series will dictate what the game or series needs at that point in time. But I think that it'll be a ton of opportunity. I think that, like I said before, we have the versatility to play so many different lineups. We can play small, we can play super small, we can play big, so we have a lot of different lineups that we can play with. And sorry, AD's being AD. But it's gonna be good for us to be able to have that versatility and be able to adjust. And not only every time we should adjust to other teams, I think the other teams will have to adjust to what we're doing as well. All right, y'all. Thanks.